Hi, everyone. Hey, I wanted to hop in here tonight and chat with you about my new doctor recommendation guide. Um, so, as many of you know, I have been working with Dr. Shane Stedman out of Denver, Colorado, and we have put together the concussion discussion series, and we have a new book coming out in the near future. And the next season of Concussion Discussions is coming out next March, not next month, but March. And he is a generous sponsor of my podcast and my Not Invisible event coming up. So we have teamed up because this comes up over and over and over and over in here. How do I find a doctor that understands TBI? And there's really no good answer to that. You really have to look outside the traditional medical realm to find a doctor that truly understands TBI. And, don't get me wrong, if you have had a stroke or an aneurysm or a very significant injury, you have probably had wonderful medical care in the traditional system. But once symptoms turn into lingering symptoms or, post-concussion syndrome, the traditional system fails us. They don't know what to do with us, especially those of us who were never hospitalized. We can walk, we can talk, we look fine. They just really don't know what to do with us, and they don't know who to refer us to. And that is where I kind of come in and can help you find somebody in your area potentially. So as most of you know, functional neurology is what helped me. It's helped many others in this group. If you kind of scroll through the group, if you search functional neurology, you will probably find a lot of posts in here about what functional neurology is. And then there are also NORA certified neuro-ophthalmologists. And NORA stands for Neuro Optometric Rehabilitation Association. So they are neuro-optometrists who actually understand brain injury and how it affects vision. There are providers at cognitive rehab centers such as the Learning RX or the Brain RX if you're outside of the United States. So there are alternative resources out there for you guys, and that is what I spend a lot of my time trying to help you guys find. If you've listened to my podcasts, you have heard a lot of guests from many different modalities that have extensive experience in working with TBI patients. And so Dr. Stedman and I have struggled with, like, how do we create a list for you guys? How do we compile all these doctors into a list, and how do we get these doctors to give us their updated information and whatnot? And so we found the easiest way to do this is to have you guys fill out a Google form, and the link is here with this video. And when you fill out this Google form, you will let us know, like, when your injury was, what your main symptoms are, what you want to try to resolve, what type of doctors you've already worked with, and then Shane and his staff will reach out to you to schedule a 15-minute phone call so that he can get a better feel for what exactly it is that you need. Do you need funk neuro? Do you need vestibular rehab? Do you need a neuro-optometrist? So he will have a conversation with you, and he will try to help you find the right doctor who is hopefully closest to you. Unfortunately, there just aren't a lot of doctors. There aren't enough doctors out there. And so you might have to travel, right? But the thing is, most of these programs are intensive programs, so you're going to want to just go there for a week anyway. So, if you have to travel an hour, you might just get a hotel room and stay there for the week. Or if you decide to travel further, because there's a doctor who's more specialized in your specific symptoms. So that's the thing with funk neuro. Not every single funk neuro treats the exact same symptoms. I mean, they do, but they don't. Everybody has their specialty and what they're really good at treating. Like Dr. Kaiser in Michigan is incredible at treating dysautonomia. Dr. Perry Maynard in Colorado is excellent in treating eye tracking issues, vestibular problems, so um, there's just a variety of providers and what they're really good at. And so Shane can hop on a 15-minute phone call with you. He can really narrow in on which specific treatments you're looking for, which symptoms you're really trying to resolve, and he can just have a great conversation with you and get a good feel for which doctor or doctors would be a good fit for you. So this is what we have rolled out. So again, there's a link here in the video to fill out the Google form, and give them a little bit of time. Have some patience. They have a busy clinic, but someone on his staff will reach out to you to schedule, like I said, about a 15-minute call with you to try and narrow down who would be the right provider for you to go see. There's zero obligation, but just do be aware that most of your non-traditional providers, insurance doesn't cover it, and if it does, they reimburse you, but you have to pay up front and submit receipts, and that's something that you need to work out with your insurance company. The doctor, the clinic isn't going to do that for you. So that is something to keep in mind. And also keeping in mind that you probably will have to travel unless you're really lucky and have one, right in your area. So definitely fill that form out. I do have the current doctor guide on my website at facesoftbi.com/resources, the resources page. So there is a doctor guide there, but again, Dr. Stedman can have a conversation with you to find the doctor that he feels would be the best fit for you in our network of doctors that we like to refer out to. So definitely, if you're interested, fill out the form. Give his staff a few days to get to you. And have that conversation, and definitely, like I said, search in the group for functional neurology. You're going to find a lot of posts that have been written about funk neuro, and you can always go to my blog and read my posts that I wrote about functional neurology and what it is and how they're different from traditional neurology, because they're very, very, very different from a traditional neurologist that you would see at your regular clinic. So functional neurology is all about function and, looking at how your whole body is working, not just statically sitting and looking at a chart. They're going to make you get up and turn your head and move your body, stand on one foot, close your eyes. It's a much more thorough. My exam was about 2 hours long, which was more time than the neurologist had spent with me, like cumulatively. So definitely worth exploring if you are still struggling with any of your lingering symptoms. So anyway, I hope that this is helpful for you guys. Drop a comment below if you have questions about this. And we just want to try and help connect you with a provider that can help you, because I know a lot of us are just struggling and getting nowhere in the traditional healthcare system. And, that's just really... it's 2021. It's really sad that TBI is still just treated this way in the traditional medical system. So anyway, I hope that this has been helpful. And again, click that link, fill out the Google form to get connected with Dr. Stedman, to hopefully connect you with a doctor that is closer to you and matches your specific needs. So anyway, you guys, thanks for watching, and drop a comment below if you have any questions. I'd be happy to try and answer them for you.